Hey everybody, welcome to Amir's Anecdotes, where I tell you anecdotes from my life. So my story for you today is about a client of mine who came in. He's a young guy, he's in his early 30s, and we were doing his budget, and I looked at his budget, we were going over everything, we're figuring out, he should be able to retire by the time he's 60, he's not married, doesn't have any kids. So we looked at everything, and I was like, you could very easily save $1,000 a month based on what you're telling me. And if you do that, you'll probably retire by the time you're in your late 50s, early 60s. And he was like, oh, that's great. So let's set it up. So we set up a portfolio. We had him, dollar cost averaging. He's putting away $1,000 a month. And 2 months later, he comes back into my office and he goes, Amir, I can't do it. I can't afford it. I have no money. It's all gone. And I can't afford to do this $1,000 a month. And so I was confused because based on the budget that we had done, he actually could have had $3,000 a month. That's kind of what he had extra. And I was like, well, where's all your money going? So we did a budget 2 more times. And on the 3rd time, he goes, well, I'm really into sneakers. And so maybe I'm spending a lot of money there. And I said, well, what do you mean? He's like, well, like Air Jordans and Yeezys and things like that. So these are very expensive sneakers. So, well, how often do you do that? Maybe like every other month or every 3 months, I'm spending like $1,000, $2,000 on sneakers. And I was like, okay, well, that's fine. So let's rework these figures. And it worked out to be fine. Just started saving a little bit less. And he'll still retire at a normal retirement age of 65, which he was very happy with. But it was really interesting the way he had like this shame and guilt. He hid the fact that, he was spending all this money on sneakers. He didn't want to really acknowledge it. He didn't put it down. He didn't disclose it. He didn't share it. He didn't want to write down his budget. And I thought that was really interesting. And I've noticed that with other clients, specifically millennial clients, where there's like this shame or guilt around money, but also around enjoying anything. So you tell me, what's your relationship with money? And do you ever feel shame or guilt for just enjoying something?